Tonight we report on a plea from Ephrata murder suspect Chad Bennett, and at-risk students in Moses Lake are getting help finding jobs after graduation. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Ephrata boys basketball has its sights set on a return trip to the postseason. Gonzaga is tested by Southeast Louisiana on the hardwood. How far will the mercury dip in the Columbia Basin tonight? Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast and see what's in store.
Good to be with you, everybody. Pretty quiet overnight tonight. Quite unsettled weather is in the extended forecast. I'll bring you all the details in just a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Chad Bennett pleaded not guilty to the murder of Ephrata's 82-year-old Lucille Moore. Prosecutors charged Bennett, a 25-year-old Ephrata man, in Grant County Superior Court with murder in the first degree last week. He is in jail with bail set at $1 million. Bennett started renting a G Street Northeast home from Moore in August. He reportedly told investigators he went to the 82-year-old woman's Sunset Street Southeast home on September 7th to pay his rent. He claimed he paid the money but had to return home to collect the rest of the damaged deposit and went back to Moore's residence to pay her the remaining money. He reported going to the residence a third time because Moore called him about forgetting his wallet. Police believe sometime during the visits, Bennett killed Moore by stabbing her and cutting her throat. Her body was discovered on the kitchen floor by a neighbor the next day. Elementary school students at St. Rose of Lima Catholic School in Ephrata have teamed up with groups and business for a toy drive to benefit foster children in Grant County. Reporter Devin Higgins has more information.
For most kids, early December is a time to finalize Christmas lists for Santa Claus. But third graders at Ephrata's St. Rose of Lima Catholic School team with Trout Lake Farms, the Basin Retirement Home, and area businesses for the annual Operation Elf Toy Drive. Teacher Regina Doremus said the class became a sponsor thanks to Ephrata Pita Pit owner Pam Lesseman, who's grandmother to one of her students.
Maddox's grandmother came to me and asked me if the third grade class would like to sponsor the toy drive to help Operation Elf, which supplies toys to the foster children of Grant County. There's over 300 children in Grant County that are foster children, and they don't have much of a Christmas, and therefore we have collected toys for their Christmas party. The kids have been so excited about bringing toys and giving to other people, and to know that some of the children that go to school here have been foster children in the past and are now adopted into a family, so they actually see somebody that was in need and that they're going to be helping. One of the Christian values that we teach is being merciful to others, and those that are in need, we're there to help them. And so this goes right along with our religious academics and religious beliefs that we're here to help others.
The toys will be collected by the end of the week and distributed to the foster children over the holiday weekend. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
Big Bend Community College is holding a celebration of life on Friday for volleyball coach Stephen Duncan, who died last week at the age of 25. The celebration is at the Peter D. DeVries Activities Center Gymnasium at 1:30 p.m. Duncan was hired as the Lady Vikings volleyball coach in May. He graduated from Central Washington University with a bachelor's in physical education and school health. Prosecutor-elect Garth Dano wants to keep an investigator in the prosecutor's office. The Grant County Commissioners were considering eliminating the position after the present investigator, Mike Shea, announced his retirement. Dano and incoming Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White met with the commissioners. Dano said it's important to have good assistance in major criminal cases. The investigator has organized interviews and assists prosecutors in preparing for their cases. He wants someone with a similar background to fill the position. Shea has been in the position since about 2006. Commissioners Carol Ann Swartz, pointed out the Washington Association of Prosecuting Attorneys recommend not having an investigator. The Soap Lake School District adopted a slightly larger 2015 budget of roughly $6 million. The 2015 budget is about $100,000 more than the 2014 budget. Superintendent Dan McDonald credited cutbacks in expenditures and increasing revenues that are keeping the district in good shape. McDonald said, "Our aim has been to have a balanced budget and plan ahead for future developments. Obviously, there are things we can't always anticipate, but we still need to be able to address them as they happen and still be fiscally responsible." The district's current school bond is set to expire in 2016, and McDonald said improvements to classrooms and athletic facilities are pending. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
And we'll be right back after this.